you're listening to the Mackay T Show podcast. Here are your hosts, Brian Mackay and T Davis.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.
Welcome back to the Mackay T Show podcast. See, we have a draft this coming week. We finally have a little bit of something to talk about.
It took long enough. I don't know what they've been at. Oh, I don't know what they've been doing. Never mind. Never mind. I know what they've been doing.
Well, yes, the NBA draft coming up this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And, you know, just because this is the first year in a long time the Lakers have not been very active in the draft. Because of their success now, they're on the upper echelon. They are the NBA champions of 2020, the bubble.
Throw your hands up.
So I have to bring them up first before I get into it, because something that came across the evening news.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Yes, Dennis Schroeder is now a Los Angeles Laker.
Oh, it went through already. I thought it was supposed to happen today. Lord, okay.
Pending physical and all that, but yes, it went through this last evening. He is going to be a Laker, and they're sending the 28th pick to Oklahoma City. So not the Oklahoma City guard everyone thought they were getting, but
well, I knew they weren't dealing with Chris Paul and that $40-something million over the next 2 years, $83 million. That's just stupid. I don't know who. He was smart to get that deal, his agent rather, but he ain't worth that.
So what is you said you don't know how you feel about it?
I don't. Dennis Schroeder, and you got rumors. People say whatever. At some point they say he was talking about he didn't want to be a Laker. LA, like Kobe say, you don't want to have to be here. Like, if this ain't the place you want to be, I don't know what kind of life you live in, especially as an NBA player. Like, that's the place. Maybe Golden State trying to add they city to the ranks, but the Lakers, either you loved us or you hated us because we was winning. Like, but that's the place to be.
Yes, but even when you hate it, you still probably in your back of your mind was like, I would like to be a part of that.
Right. I hate them. You want a job? Yeah. So that might be overblown. I like his skill set. I like that he young, and I like the fact that we got rid of Danny Green. I just didn't think Danny Green played, and I didn't expect him to be a superstar. I didn't expect him to be our third leading scorer. But I just maybe you know how they talk about when athletes, they don't just slowly decline, they just fall off a cliff. Maybe the cliff came because he played awful.
Yeah, he was atrocious just
And
about the
so,
entire time in the bubble, honestly.
yeah, not just about.
It was bad.
And the good thing about Schroeder, I think this YouTuber I watched, he had put something up. I was like, let me see some highlights or something, because I don't even know how the kid play. They just say he good, whatever. He can get his own basket. We don't have that without LeBron, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit LeBron down and not be like, because I hope we get rid of that kid that we got from Miami. The wing head that ate too
Waiters.
much. Yeah, I hope they get rid of him. I really want to bring Rondo back. I really do. If Rondo wanted a big check, we can't afford it, so we may not be able to. Somebody might just do dirty just to get him, because they know we can't pay him that much. But I really would like Rondo back.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel some kind of way about Avery Bradley. I know he doing what he got to do for his family and for his best interest. Bruh, you didn't even come to the bubble. You didn't come to the bubble. We was like, okay, chill. You doing whatever for your family. You gonna get a ring. Now you gonna opt out of your second year. Huh?
Hey, uh,
Huh?
yeah, at some
Exactly.
point,
See, that's
at some point, right?
huh? You
Yeah.
what? You
Mm,
gonna do what? You ain't even play. And go get a ring. Now, mind you, you did help us in the regular season in the first part before the before crazy happened. But you
yeah,
could have came to the bubble.
yeah, and I mean, if all goes well and he resigns for whatever and comes out there and proves himself once again, and
Well, he
and
gonna need
helps.
to do that because right now he on my list.
Hmm. So there's
He
a
probably on a bunch
possibility.
of Laker lists. They talking about don't give Cal Kuzma. I don't care how Cal played. He came to the bubble.
Yeah, there's people still to this day that have not forgiven uh Carl Malone for coming out there that one year and shaking things up, hitting on
So
Kobe's wife and all that.
I'm about to say in Kobe White. Boy, thank you, Lord. That's hilarious. It's like that, man. Are you serious, Kobe? Y'all gotta stop. That's why you don't have grown folks with children. Because I think Kobe still was in his child stage.
Mm.
He hitting on my wife. Boy, sit down somewhere.
Well, as far as the draft itself, for
Ain't
the
nobody gonna
last,
watch it. Oh, hold on. Minnesota fans, who else you think gonna watch it? Some Golden State fans probably want to see who they get in the Knicks. And
well,
then nobody else gonna watch it.
Golden State wants to see if they actually keep their pick. They want to see if they bring in another name or what they do with theirs. But as far as the draft, the last couple of months leading up to probably in the last 2 weeks, LaMelo Ball has been the consensus number one overall pick.
Well, I saw
Now
him dropping. I
he
thought
has
he was dropping.
dropped. Like I said, like in the
Oh,
last 2 weeks, he has continually dropped. And I mean, the latest projection I see him going anywhere between 3 to 6. I mean, which, hey, I know in his daddy's mind, he wishes that New Orleans had the number one pick so they could pick him. He could play with his brother. But yeah,
well, he probably don't want to be the number one pick because didn't work out for the first ball. His game is too I don't want to call it raggedy. Too inconsistent.
it's definitely not polished.
That's the word. He need to be polished. He needs some polishing. But that ain't the word either. I'm sorry. I
It's
can't think of the word I want. But rough around the edges is exactly what he is. And good
yeah,
luck. That's all I say.
yeah. I,
But you see, the dad ain't been out talking crazy about him being better than Kobe and all that other stuff.
well,
If he have, he been doing.
if you watch the Facebook reality show, it's now come back. I think they're like 3 episodes into the next season, leading. It's going to lead into the draft, obviously. But um, he's LeVar losing his grip with his boys. They all signing with different labels, and it's basically, which he already was Big Boggle Brand by himself anyway. But it's basically him and maybe Jello as Big Boggle Brown.
Well,
It's
the thing
yeah,
is, I'll say this: he's not wrong for what he wants to do. His approach is probably not the greatest because, like, why not? Still feel like LeBron or whoever should have tried to come out with their own, um, or started like, what's his name went to with the Under Armour Curry.
oh yeah,
Cause yeah, it's easy to be like, okay, Nike, and that's kind of guaranteed money. Now LeBron like a made man, ha ha ha. He got that lifetime contract. But I think one thing, and this is off topic a little bit. One thing, I guess it's not really when you try to follow Michael Jordan or whoever, and then I hope somebody don't try to be like LeBron and wear 23, because then you don't never get an original number. Like we got 32. Who is that?
Magic,
33. Who is that?
Kareem.
Who is 34? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only calling out people on my. But who is 34?
I mean, when you think of 34, you think of Akeem Olajuwon, you think of Charles Barkley, you think
Or
of
Shaq?
Shaq, yes, Lakers.
I don't know why you ain't follow me down that road. I don't know
I
why
know where
you
you're
went
going,
off
but
the road and
look,
then don't hit a rock.
I grabbed an Infinity Stone and I went off uh that way.
you you went off course. Golly gee willikers. Um so
Hey,
you see 30, you gonna think who?
Dale Curry.
No, no. I thought Durant wore 30. I could be wrong.
Oh no, Durant was
Is he
what
not 30?
number was Durant? Goodness, no. What was his number?
Well,
Look at me. I'm lost my mind, Kevin
oh,
Durant.
it's 35. Curry is
35,
30.
yes.
I'm sorry.
I look in my mind. I
Curry,
said
you
that
had it
ain't
right.
right.
You said Dale
Steph
though.
Curry.
Steph is
Steph Curry.
30. I'm sorry.
I said Dale. I meant Steph. You know what I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
30.
correction.
But you got it right. You got it right. I messed up. But 35, you gonna say, I'm just so tired of saying 23.
Mm.
My cousin what 3. I don't know what 3 mean to him, but he what 3.
And nothing. That means when LeBron retires, he gonna try and get
I hope
23.
he don't. I hope he don't. But at least he'll be like he from Chicago and he always looked up to Michael. Woo 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 woo.
Correct.
Anyway. Uh so yeah, I like the fact that Kobe had his own number 8. And I always thought when he did 24, he was like, I'm a one up Michael. And that's why he went 24. But I don't know why he wore 24. I'm probably sure some store out there. But I know why he wore 8. But I wish he had award another number. But don't
Yeah,
nobody
because
care
he
what I
was
wish.
33 in high school at
So
Lower Merion.
so yeah.
But
Sometimes
the
they just
only
give you that jersey. You just be like, oh, okay, thank you.
the only really interesting thing to me that I want to bring up, and this is just a personal preference. I'm not trying to say anybody else has to feel this way, but the, right now they're saying the number one pick going to Minnesota would be Anthony Edwards, which is the guard
The
from
Georgia
Georgia.
dude. Hmm.
That troubles me, and like I said, this is gonna be a personal deal because I never saw him play hard once this year, and I watched him a lot because everybody was talking about he'd be a high draft pick, and I just wanted to check him out, and thankful to the SEC network, he was on TV a lot,
Well, maybe he was
and
making it look easy, bro.
it very well could be that, but just for me, I want to see you actually act like it means something to you.
Well, to bring it back full circle, I think that the ball man is trying to do the right thing of establishing a brand, having some ownership or something. Because at the end of the day, Nike is owned by very rich white men. I feel like 2 started it. I don't know if one bought the other one out. I suspect most of these apparel are owned by white men. Um, and you don't find black, brown, red, any like who owns any like apparel? Fubu and all them kind of
I'm
stuff.
gonna
They
say
didn't make it.
FUBU.
Mm-mm, they didn't make it.
No.
So the idea is good. And he probably should have did the homework and should not try to shortcut and charge $500 for some shoes and all that other foolishness. And he probably could have got a brand or partnered with a like no name little European shoe over there and then got something started. But
One of the things and I keep going back to the reality show that's on Facebook.
hmm
Uh, one of the things I've liked, and a couple of things I like, but one of the main things I've liked about the show is it showed the progression of all three boys. It showed, you know, the wife that had the stroke right before Alonso was drafted and has been dealing with that recovery. And then it shows Babar, who you can tell in moments, there are times where he actually acts like he has a little bit of sense and he knows he probably has gone about things the wrong way, but he's been that way for so long now that it's almost like it's expected. Like he's at a point now where he goes out in public, people expect him to be, the rah rah and the loud and the boisterous and we're going number one and I never lost. I beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 and all that. He's expected to be that way, and because here in these last couple of seasons, when basically all his boys have fallen away from him and gone and done their own path, and you could tell that it's weighed on him. And I was shocked they actually came back for another season, because I thought for sure the way they fought with each other last season, I said that it's over with. I guarantee you this is going to be short lived. But no, when you have millions of watchers, Facebook probably made them come back for this next season.
No, I mean they getting paid, and LeVar got a huge house to pay. They got a really nice spread. I ain't seen that show, but I saw him show his house to
The house is
somebody,
very nice, yes.
and it's a spread that's got to be paid for. And in California, ain't no land cheap, so you better keep making that money.
Well, yeah, hopefully some interesting trades or something happens during the draft, because I can't say that I'm all that excited about it.
You and nobody else, because these, I mean, I don't know none of the kids, the young men. I was just like, oh, okay.
Well, actually, I mean, I know
that
some of the
Edwards kid
names,
play.
but they have a lot more of overseas talent, than I remember them having in the lottery.
Well, I wanted us to try to get DeMar DeRozan, but I knew that San Antonio wasn't gonna do that. But I was like, well, maybe y'all can send Schroeder over there. You know, they do them 3-way deals. Send him us, and obviously
that
I'm
man
just
ain't even
making.
got the LAX yet, and you already shipping him down south.
Yeah, when I hear that you don't want to be there, then hey, we ain't keeping nobody that don't want to be kept. That's what we don't do.
Well, anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens on Wednesday. But,
yeah, it should be fun. A lot of trades, I think, not a lot, but some trades and stuff gonna happen. Cause word on the street is, I know you gonna. Let me ask, what do you think about Harden talking about the Nets?
I think they honestly, well, first of all, they have to strip which already I didn't want the Nets to do, because I thought they had a nice little nucleus before Kyrie and Durant got there. Anyway, they had a nice that it was homegrown, and they were getting together, and they were actually winning some games. They're gonna strip that down if they want James Harden, because they're gonna have to give up a bunch, because his contract is gonna demand that. And I just don't know if there's enough balls in Brooklyn.
There you go. You got people that are two ball dominant. So you can't put Kyrie Irving and him on the same court. Who gonna be like, I'll stand over here and wait for you to finish dribbling?
You're gonna have the same thing that's happening in Houston, because James Harden and Russell Westbrook, that was doomed from the start, because they both want to be ball dominant. And then Kevin Durant's gonna want the ball. So
yeah, he gonna need his touches. You can't be step back threeing.
Yeah, I just don't see that working out. But
I don't know how that'd be a nightmare for a first time head coach Steve Nash, who already they said they don't need him anyway, so they probably will figure it out.
Yeah, Kyrie, Steve hadn't even hardly signed his name to the dotted line yet before Kyrie was saying they don't even need a coach.
You don't need a coach. Sometimes he'll be the coach. Sometimes boy be the coach. Okay, go ahead. We going on.
Are you ready to for this week's Where Are They Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Let us know what the people.
Let's kick it off.
It's time for Where Are They Now?
Where are they now? Hersey Hawkins. All right, little background. 1988 NCAA scoring leader at Bradley University. 1988 Sporting News and AP Player of the Year, or Consensus Player of the Year, as he split many of the awards that season with Kansas' Danny Manning. Two-time Missouri Valley Player of the Year in 1987, 1988. 1988 First Team All-American. His number 33 is retired at Bradley. 1988 bronze medalist in Seoul Olympics, even though he was injured for majority of the games, still on the team. So like Avery Bradley, he still gets a medal, still gets a ring. Sixth overall pick in the 1989 NBA draft by the LA Clippers, traded to Philadelphia on draft night for Charles Smith, who would later go on to be a part of that Knicks team that beat up Michael after the Pistons. Anyway, I ain't forgave Pat
Oh
Riley.
Lord, oh Lord.
Pat Riley on my list. Anyway, 1989 NBA All Rookie First Team, NBA All Star in 1991. His lone appearance. Sportsmanship Award in 1999. Overall career points 14,470, 3,466 rebounds, 1,622 steals. Played for Philly, Charlotte, Seattle, and Chicago in his career. He retired in 2001. He went to be the assistant coach at Foothills High School in Arizona in 2006. He is married and has been married to his wife Jennifer for 31 years.
All
They
right.
have right. You love to see the longevity. And they have 3 sons together. Corey, who holds the Arizona high school record for most points scored in a career, played college basketball at Arizona State and later finished at UC Davis.
You
And
know, I always pick them on video game because
that's why I said it like that. And he currently plays for the Idaho Stampede and NBA Developmental. Then Brandon played ball at the University of Pacific and later at Portland State. And his third son, Devin, is currently playing high school basketball in the state of Oregon. And why is he in the state of Oregon, everyone asks? It's because right now, currently, Hersey is the player development director for the Portland Trailblazers. Did not know that.
Mm-mm.
And the latest news on him recently, Philadelphia media members got together and listed their top 5 guards in 76ers history, and he made the honorable mentions list. And when I tell you who the top 5 was, you may get upset.
Oh no.
So there, Johnny Dawkins,
Okay.
Ben Simmons,
Ben Simmons.
Drew, currently being the guard that who hadn't played long enough or whatever.
Okay.
Drew Holiday, who only spent a couple of years there, now in New Orleans. Let's see who was. Obviously, Allen Iverson was number 1. And I can't remember who the 5th one was, but I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, Drew Holiday, Drew Holiday didn't play there long enough, and Ben Simmons hadn't been there long enough. But that's just my personal taste. So yeah, that's where he is. He is in Portland, and that was crazy to know that. I did not know he was still active in the league like that.
Me neither.
But
right,
man,
Hurst.
that boy could score. I mean, I didn't realize he was such a. Obviously, I was younger, but I didn't realize he was such a scorer at Bradley. He put up a bunch of points there.
I didn't even know he played at Bradley. Go ahead.
So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Moving right along on my list. Are you ready to do top 5? Yeah. We doing it now?
Because I got people that know what they supposed to be cooking. Look, Brian, they ain't got a lot of time.
This is true.
They
we
need to go out and get to shopping.
This is true. So, okay. Top 5.
Okay, y'all know I ain't finna be out in the streets with this virus. Go ahead.
It's time for the top 5.
Our top 5 for this week is Thanksgiving dishes.
Did you hit the button? Did you hit the button?
Let's hit it. Top 5. All right. My top 5 Thanksgiving dishes. In no particular order, but all 5 are very important. All 5 are very important to me. Turkey, obvious.
Oh Lord.
Sweet potato pie, and I do mean sweet potato pie. Mac and cheese, but they have to be the shells, not the regular mac and cheese at like $5 boxes for $1. No, I need the mac and cheese shells. Spend money on this day of the year. I'm sorry. Green bean casserole and mashed potatoes and gravy. So I am always carb loading on Thanksgiving.
Well, mine is pretty similar. Mac and cheese, greens. I need some pinto beans to go with that. with some squash casserole and a sweet potato pie
I'm so hungry.
to bring it on home.
I am so
To bring it
hungry.
on home.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Cornbread
So
are given, so because we're gonna need some cornbread with that. You gotta have a little cornbread,
oh, you
and
gotta have something to slap it up with.
yeah, you gotta have that. And then this honorable mention potato salad.
Potato salad.
Honorable mention, but it's got to be over on the side so I can get a little sweet with my greens and all, and my beans, and with that macaroni and cheese and all that. I can't wait.
Beans,
I was
greens,
excited.
pears, tomatoes. Oh.
Yes, no chicken, no ham, and no hogs and mogs. But
Yeah, I've never ever been a ham fan. I just never had.
well, I don't eat meat, so it's all good.
Okay. But yeah, hopefully the powers that be are listening to this
Yeah,
episode
my
so they know what
peoples,
to go.
my peoples know. My person, because it ain't gonna be a people. It's gonna be two of us, just the two of us. We can make
Can
it
make
if
it
we
if we
look.
try.
She can make it if she tried. Just
Yes,
the two of us. Go ahead and get the cookie, mama. Shout out, mama.
yes, Lord. Shout out to Mama. Yes, my goodness. All right, well,
Y'all send
moving
us
right along.
y'all some of y'all top 5 foods. I'm sure y'all got some other sides that people eat, like deviled eggs or whatever you call them and stuff like that. So send us y'all top 5. Let us know what we missed.
Yes, indeed. Well, moving right along, we have our new segment for this week.
It's time for the Recast Recliner.
Recast Recliner. And we talked about doing a recasting of the original Iron Man.
Oh Lord.
Yes, so let's hit the Recast Recliner.
Okay, reclass. Look, Brian. Are we are voting on these, right? Like we offering up people, and then we'll make a consensus. Or no?
That's fine. We can do
Okay,
it that way.
okay.
Yeah. So, Iron Man.
Iron Man, the main character. Who you offering
Mm-hmm.
up?
I offer up Bradley Cooper.
Lord, I gotta Google, cause I ain't good with names.
Right, Bradley
Bradley
Cooper.
Cooper.
He most recently played
I need
in.
images, people.
He most recently
Oh,
played.
okay.
Yeah, he was in Hangover, and he was in the movie with Lady Gaga, the remake of what's the name of that movie? My mind bad. One that
Yeah,
made so much money. What was the name of
I'm
that
sure I've
damn
seen
movie?
some Bradley Cooper movies.
Yes, what was the name of that movie? Why my brain is bad? I know he was also in Limitless, which was also a good movie. I think won a couple
Yeah,
awards.
that guy made me mad for being dumb. I was like, you smart.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you
A
just?
Star Is Born. That's the name.
Oh, never saw it. Anyway,
Yes.
I would like to offer up. Do you have one offering or just? I got
I just
2
have the
offerings.
one. I just have the one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Once again, I ain't do a good job of sharing.
That's
Or I
quite all
just
right.
went off the rails with do what I want to do, kind
That's
of.
fine.
I would like to offer up Michael Fassbender, and I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
I
But
know who you're talking
he played Iron. I mean, what's the dude that control Iron in the X-Men?
Oh gosh. Yeah. I
He
know what you're
plays
talking
him.
about though.
He has played a bunch of stuff, but I could see him being a little arrogant, suave. um,
That's a
what do you
good
say?
one.
Philanthropist.
Because I
And then
went
I
with
got another offering, Brian. Would you like to hear it?
Magneto. I know.
Yes,
My
Magneto.
mind. Yeah.
Good job.
Go for it.
I would like to offer up. This gonna blow your mind. Idris Elba.
Man, you don't even understand how much I almost picked him. Yes,
I would like to
because
offer up a Black Iron Man.
well, you gonna see because I switched up the color scheme on a couple of other my picks later on. So yes, I almost did him.
So
Almost.
who we want to get this job? Oh, hold on, I got a third offering. I mean,
Oh Lord.
I'm probably I went all in on mine,
Go
as you can
for it.
see. My third offering is a young George Clooney.
Dad,
Obviously,
what
we
can you
can't
do?
go back in time, but he definitely will be suave and all enough.
Listen, this is our movie. We can cast it for whenever we want.
Okay, I would like to offer up young George Clooney,
Young George, yes.
or at least
Okay.
younger George, because he a little too mature now. Um,
I like all three of yours. Honestly, I can see a place for it all going down. I mean, I picked Bradley Cooper because I thought he did such a good job in A Star Is Born of playing just basically a jerk and
great.
a alcoholic, uh, which in the comics that was basically what Tony Stark, was known for. He's
And when
bad
I
on the
say
bender.
young, I can't go too back young, because otherwise he too young and he just be pretty preppy boy probably. But
Yeah, you
maybe
need yeah, middle age.
middle age Clooney.
Yeah. Um, let's see.
Who you think should get the job?
I like Faz. I've never thought about Michael Fassbender
I
for
like him too because he definitely has that arrogance. I've seen him in some movies. He's like, "Ooh, you so arrogant," and I guess he was acting, so you really can't be like he arrogant. But so
yeah.
we
I
moving him
like
out of
him.
the X-Men, and we gonna steal him. All right.
That's fine. Yes, we are recasting Iron Man with Michael Fassbender.
All right.
Okay.
So who is Pepper Potts, Brian? I want to offer up. This is just me being me. I want to
Mhm.
offer up Regina King.
Regina King. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, we
This is what
always
I
have.
had on my black characters. I'm trying to get us some jobs in Hollywood. Oh Lord. And you know that's my fave. She one of
Yes.
my fave. One of them.
Mm, that's a good one.
Who
That's
you
good.
offering up?
I put out there Anne Hathaway.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay. What about okay, let me look at Ann. Cause I know I feel like I know who that is. But
I just feel
I ain't
like
good
she
with
could
names.
play that part with.
I need an
She was
image
in The
people.
Princess Bride and
Okay, yeah, I almost picked her too. And okay, this is my offering. Hillary Swank.
another good one.
Her and Ann pretty much similar people.
Right? They
Like
definitely
the
are built from
kind
a
of
similar.
similar look. All
Mhm.
right, you pick it. Hillary or because if we
Mm,
had gone with Black Iron Man, we was if Idris
it would
had
have
made it,
been
Regina was gonna get that
Regina.
part.
Correct.
I was gonna be like, I'm gonna fight Brian on this if we got Black Iron Man. Go ahead.
Well, since we got Fassbender, um, we I don't know. Anne Hathaway, because I think
You like her
Hillary.
as Catwoman.
Yes, and I thought she was perfect in that. And I just in the movie that she played with Robert De Niro, where she was the boss, that was real kind of proper and kind of snooty and kind of
Well, see, I thought
snarky.
I picked Hillary for opposite reason because Pepper is really sweet and laid back for the most part. She try to keep Tony in order.
But didn't Hillary? What was that movie Hillary played in? That
She was a boxer or something, maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
she was kind of dark in that one, $1 Million Baby. Yeah, and I liked her in the movie where she's a teacher. Look at me, I don't know the names of movies. I just know
And then we awful.
that's okay. When she was the teacher, man, and I could see her being that type of where she was out there for her kids. Um, but I could see her being that type as a Pepper Pot. I thought that was pretty good.
Well,
But
okay, we can keep Ann.
yes, okay, we'll keep it Ann on that
Okay, so
spot.
we got Ann and Fassbender. All right,
Ooh,
now we need a
Happy Hogan.
Happy. Okay,
For
y'all gotta
Happy,
tell yours first.
I I got kind of relaxed on Happy, and I was kind of just pairing him with my other one. So he's kind of basically a taller version of John Favreau, but Vince Vaughn.
Who?
Vince Vaughn, the comedian from
Lord, I'm gonna look
uh
that up.
he did Wedding Crashers and what else was he in?
Oh, okay. He. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston. He was another good
I'm
one.
overriding you. Look.
That's fine. Also, before you get to yours, I
Okay.
just want to, because a lot of people don't know this, and I recently, in the last couple of years, found that out, and I've watched the movie 1,000 times. Vince Vaughn was in Rudy. He was Rudy's friend in Rudy. He was
Yeah,
he was maybe he
I
was much
don't remember
younger
that.
back then, but
Yeah,
yes.
I was say I don't remember that at all. Um,
Hmm.
I would like to offer up. Of course, I have two offerings. My first offering to stay in cast with Hollywood was going to be Tim Robbins.
Ooh,
Um, he's fairly laid back, kind of funny.
ladies man.
Well, I think Martin, the movie Martin with Martin, when he thought his wife was cheating. What is the name of it? And they,
Oh
anyway,
yes, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. And my second offering is Omar Gooden.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, what did he play in?
Omar Gooden.
I'm looking at his face.
Omar
Oh,
got his own little
I'm
show.
thinking of the wrong person. I'm sorry. Let's go back to Tim Robbins real quick. I was
Okay.
thinking of another. You know what? I had Tim Meadows on my mind. Tim Robbins was in Shawshank and
Yeah, he was in Shawshank. I forgot
Bull
about that.
Durham. Okay, yeah.
I
Okay, yeah.
think he'll be a good Happy.
I think he would too, honestly, because he played that part with Martin Lawrence. He played that part really
Yeah,
good.
whatever that movie was.
Whatever. Listen to
Lord, that's a shame. For shame, for shame.
us. Oh my
Um,
goodness.
I think Omar is goofy, for lack of a better word, enough, playful, um, enough to be happy. Happy Hogan. Hogan
Yeah,
Happy or whatever his name is.
Hogan happy. Yeah, I think he definitely could fit that bill. And he's playful. Plus, he can have a seriousness about him where when it's time to be the security or whatever, he can be that and play that part well. I did not know he was in Ghost Dad. I hadn't seen that movie in years, but he must have been real young,
Yeah, cause I
1990.
have seen I watched Ghost Dad this summer and I don't remember him, but hey, who,
Wow.
who knows?
Whew, okay, well let's see.
Well,
Ooh,
who gonna get the job?
I like Omar. Let's go with Omar.
Okay, so we got Fastbender. I don't have to repeat all these anyway. So the
We can't.
next
I
row,
run it down. Fassbender as Iron Man. Pepper Potts was Anne Hathaway. Happy Omar Gooden. So next,
War Machine.
War Machine James Rhodes. Let's see.
Who you
My pick
offering up?
for my offer to the table is Michael Ealy.
I don't know how I feel about Mike E. Look, my offering is Lord. I can't say his name. Chip Whittle Ejiofor.
Oh my. Yes, I know who you're talking about. Even though I would never be able to say it either.
I
Uh,
don't know how to say it. And that's probably a sign that I don't need to have him on my list. But I think he'll be a good one. Can
yeah,
he play without that accent, right?
he
He got an
can.
English voice, don't he?
Yeah, give the people some movies so they can know who you, because they might be thinking who, because
Okay,
we
movies
couldn't
he's
say his
been
name.
in. He has been in 12 Years a Slave, which I did not watch. He is the magician in the magician at the end. Well, he kind of trained Doctor Strange when he saved Doctor Strange in the fight when he was getting beat up in the alley by them trying to take his watch. And then at the end, he started taking their powers. I
He's
hope
fixing to
they
be one.
continue.
He is. They've already
From
said so. He's gonna be one of the villains in the next one.
okay, so that was my hope. He was also in Martian, The Martian. Um, I think most people probably gonna know him from that one of those two though. He was an American Gangster,
Yes, he
Inside
was.
Job, and some other little movies, but like I don't remember him being in Maleficent, but
Oh no
and
idea. I would have never had that either.
but those are some movies he's been in. Who was your offering? Did I miss it? You said
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Ealy. I'm
Michael
tripping.
Ealy. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I keep thinking you had two, because my second offering for that role is um which most people gonna know Mahershala Ali. I don't know how to say his name either.
Blade. Listen to me, Blade.
Yeah, the new Blade.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
who
he would be a it would be a good one. Um, let's see.
who you think who getting a job?
Let's give it to Chip.
Chick
Chip.
Whittle. His probably name probably ain't even close to what I'm making his name.
Let's give it
Chick.
to CE. Look, let's give it to CE because I think you done got me interested in seeing him in that position because I know what he was in all these other spots, and I can see him being another version of that character he was in American Gangster. Wasn't he like the son? One of the
Hmm.
sons.
He was
Mm-hmm.
one of the brothers or something that came over there.
See, and I can't. I'm so glad you brought that up because now I can tell you that we're gonna need a big budget because my Obadiah Stane, my Ironmonger, I wanted
Who
to
is it?
tap Denzel Washington for the Obadiah Stane character.
No, no, and no. I I'm gonna one up you on that then. Forrest Whitaker.
See, I had him on my list. I had him as a possibility. Yes, he was definitely on the list as a possibility. As
I
far as
just
with it,
don't see
and only because of what I saw him do on Empire in those last couple of seasons, where he was a villain on there. Where he,
who Denzel?
no, Forrest Whitaker,
Oh, Forrest. Okay,
where he came
I can
in.
see Forrest Whitaker being bad. Like when he was the king and all that, I was like, yeah, yeah, you could definitely be a bad guy. My Hollywood version, since I would pick Donald Sutherland
Oh, that's another good one.
for Obadiah.
That's another good one. Yes,
And for those who don't know who Donald Sutherland is, Donald has played. He's a British guy, so he's been in a lot of those. But I think he was the. What was he in the Iron Hunger Games? Was he the main? The
he was
the the
my man. He was the bad. He was
yeah,
that's
the bad guy.
and that's why I can see him playing that.
Exactly.
Yes,
You
he
be
was
like,
the
oh, he ain't.
President Snow. Snow, yeah,
Yes, no,
yes,
and he probably been in a bunch of stuff, but that's all I can remember.
yeah. And more recent movie and TV show enthusiasts would know his son Kiefer as 24, Jack Bauer.
Ah,
Yes,
I'm glad you put that together. I didn't know that was his son.
yes,
I had no idea.
indeed.
So who
All
getting the
right,
job? I know it ain't Denzel because I can't, Brian. We not doing
I
that.
had to put Denzel because I want Denzel,
You didn't.
and
We gonna
but
get him in
that's
another one.
why.
Then it won't be this one.
No, that's just. I mean, I had to put him there because I just thought that would be, you
We
know.
probably can't afford Forrest Whitaker.
Listen, let's be clear. We can't afford Forrest Gump at this point, but
No,
um,
we can afford some of these other people. We ain't seen them a lot. They probably be like, yeah, let's do it.
you got me intrigued. I need Donald Sutherland. I need President Snow in that position. I
That's who you
never
gonna get.
even thought of him.
Obadiah. Okay, and then
Yeah,
we gonna have Agent Coulson. Now I don't know. I don't think he was a main character, but he did get a spinoff. So
Yep.
I
And
figured he needed to.
I honestly, I could not. Uh, I couldn't put anybody in.
Well, I got somebody for you,
Who
and
you
I
got?
think you're gonna like the pick. Paul Giamatti, and I'm probably jacking his name up. Sorry, Paul. Paul Giamatti is um he's been in a lot of movies. He's usually like the sidekick, um,
Yes, I'm trying to think of it.
the fun-loving kind of guy. That's um, he's
He's
been
gonna
in
come in there. He's gonna do a good job, and he's not gonna like overtake the screen. He's not
right.
like he's
He's
not
not
gonna
gonna
take.
be big enough where we'd be like, oh, that's all the role he got.
Right. What was, I'm trying to think of that movie I saw him. Oh, he played Jerry Heller in Straight Outta Compton. He played
Straight out
the
of go. Yes, he did, didn't he?
mm-hmm.
So I thought he would be a good little pick for that.
Okay. Yeah, he
Cause Coulson ain't really that, he's a small. Well, I don't know. He might not be small in real life, but he's
he
his
he
his
he
characters
was
are
just
usually
basically he was just getting introduced in Iron Man. You know, I mean, he winds up having a much bigger role with the Avengers. Obviously, they used his quote unquote death to rally them in the original Avengers.
hmm
And what did the man?
Who else need a role? Cause them the only ones I picked.
Okay,
Um.
so I also put down some people for Jarvis, which later would
Who is?
become Vision. The
Oh,
the
hold on. I did Scarlet too.
oh yeah, well she was in the second one, but I didn't put her
Yeah,
down
I
at that
messed
time.
that up. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
go
okay.
ahead. You
Well,
said later
Jarvis,
become Vision. Jarvis. Jarvis.
he's the the virtual assistant to
Oh, the
Iron Man.
voice.
Yes, the voice. Who later Paul Bettany takes his voice and he becomes Vision later on. And
I would say he took
uh,
his whole body and became
mm-hmm, well that too.
it.
But I picked.
Oh Lord.
I offer up for Jarvis. I offer up Jude Law, who played Jan Rog in Captain Marvel, who played the bad guy who was training her to be a
hmm
Kree. Right. I offered him up as Jarvis because in my mind I can't get the British accent of Paul Bettany because that's how he is. Technically, that's how he's brought up in the cartoons growing up as well. Is that British accent? So I couldn't get that one out of my mind. So I
hmm
needed a British actor, and I just thought Jude Law would be a perfect. I mean, he was so good in Captain Marvel and been so good in other things. I thought that he could be a perfect Jarvis.
Okay. I think I'm seeing some stuff I like Jude in. Let me look at Jude again though before I make. Not that I even have
And
look. I don't even have an offering. Oh yeah, I like him. He almost was my Iron Man list
mm-hmm.
because he definitely. But I don't know that I've seen him be. I might have seen him be a little bit arrogant in some movies.
Flamboyant, kind of snarky.
Yeah.
Just flamboyant, not a good word, but yeah. The
No, no.
only two,
Flamboyant definitely. Tony Stark is definitely like he gonna show off all that he got.
yeah, the only other two characters I even put down was Christine Everhart, the reporter. That
I thought about her. We could get anybody. We can get some young upcoming because I saw her and I was like, anybody can do her piece. Who did
well,
you say? Who did you think she could be her?
since we get to keep my Anne Hathaway pick as Pepper Potts, I put Kate Hudson in the Christine Everhart spot. Goldie Hawn's daughter. That uh, and I just thought she would be a perfect kind of because Christine Everhart's kind of I hate to say slutty, kind of one of those that likes to sleep her way to the top, and I
Oh
could see
Lord.
Kate Hudson
Oh
playing
Lord.
that role well.
Lord have mercy. She said slutty. That's bad.
Well, I couldn't think of a better word, but and I also did Jensen, who is the professor that Tony Stark is stuck in a cave with that helps him create the
I
Iron Man
thought
suit.
about him too.
And I did not do the actual comic book accurate version of Jensen, which would be an Afghan, kind of a Saudi Arabian type.
Hmm.
But I thought of someone who could play like a beaten down, just real rugged, real dirty, and also would cost us a ton of money. But I have golly, my mind lost my mind.
Oh Lord.
What he's most known for? Uh, bear with me, people. I apologize. Uh, oh yes, Indiana Jones himself, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he could be stuck in a cave and looking rough and
Insert
rugged.
look insert clapping sounds here.
No, nobody's really cheering for that pig. Rugged looking. Well, he dead. Look, look, he dead.
Lord.
Obviously you should know who I'm talking about. He gone on to glory. Have you been to Clint Eastwood sighting?
He's been doing more directing than acting, but he was in something recently. I want to say, maybe not too recently. What was he? Oh, when he was the drug mule, he wound up having to run those drugs.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
mule. I didn't even realize that was a
That's
thing.
hilarious. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, the mule. So, yeah, I like our little group. Even yeah, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
learn how
get
to
it.
say War Machine's name if we gonna get
Shoulda
him.
will. And this
Yeah,
probably let me see what this pronunciation is.
we need to learn it anyway because I'm sure we're gonna be talking about it when uh, Doctor Strange 2 comes out. Too many
It
sorcerers.
say Chew It Tell is his name. I just don't
You
made
know,
up something.
no, yeah, that sound more like it because I
Chew It
think I've heard
Tell
it.
Edgy 04. I got that part right. Edgy 04. I just kind of ran them together, but Chew It Tell. Yeah.
I
Chew
like
It
it.
Tell. Chew It Tell. Chew It Tell. All right, Chew It Tell. All right, what movie we doing next?
Well, I've been trying to this one. I can't. People just I cannot even explain how stressed I was doing Iron Man because I I got to the point where I was literally googling rugged actors 50s
Lord,
and
you
60s.
Lord, he used the word rugged in this thing.
uh, let's see.
If you
Let's
ain't got one,
go.
I'm ready. I got one on deck.
Let's see. Let's hear yours. Cause
Bad Boys.
bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
We gotta get. You will have to do Will's cat. Will Detective Will Martin, the captain, Martin's wife. Um, I guess we could just leave it open so that you could do Will's sister. I mean Martin's sister. But I mean, if we, because I didn't care really for Bad Boys 1. Let's see who else in that number 2. Um, Unfortunately, I haven't seen 3. Will's sister, a Colombian drug lord, and then the guy that they cut his fingers off. That meet with Sydney. to count the drugs with that horror. I don't know if that's his real accent or not, but it was bad.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But he was kind of now he ain't a main character, but he has to be addressed. We can't just leave him out there in the flapping in the wind.
Yes, I got to go rewatch Bad Boys and Bad Boys too. I need to rewatch them just so I can get a
And
feel.
then we need Reggie too. You remember Reggie?
Reggie, yes, we have to do.
He
Yes,
ain't got no kind of, but we need a Reggie.
bless
He ain't
his
no
heart.
kind of way a main character.
I need.
He
See,
ain't
I
even a
need you to watch.
secondary character.
I need you to watch the third one because because
Lord Reggie
Reggie,
show
bless
back
his
up in
heart.
number 3.
Oh, I can't even explain to you how, but you were gonna laugh.
Oh,
I'm
so
going
Reggie
to
might
laugh.
need to be addressed. But we'll
Yes,
need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need about 7 to 8 people. Now remember now this time you can pick more. We casting. You can't cast from one person. What
yes.
2
Okay,
people we
I will
had?
have more options. See, I
Yeah.
was narrowing mine down, and I just went one for one. But yeah, I have more options next week, and because clearly, listeners, you hear that I just get overridden, real quick, like, and in a hurry.
Well, look, people. I didn't share. When I felt like we casting, you do a casting call, you call in more than 2 people. So I
Yes, you
thought you was
definitely.
gonna do more than one.
Yes, I need to put a casting director hat on for next week. I do have my Stark Industry shirt
You
on
got your
today.
Stark shirt on.
Yes, for Iron Man.
So
So
yes, Bad Boys 2
yeah, boy.
casting.
Look, look, I gotta get it in the camera.
Lord
Okay,
have mercy.
not
Lord
the
have mercy.
audio medium, but for tease purposes.
Yes, I can see it, people.
Okay.
Eh,
Well, I
Um,
don't have anything else on the docket
well,
today.
I need to can hit the button, rant and chanting. I need a little
Gotcha,
bit.
gotcha. Chantin Rantin.
It's chatting and ranting.
Go for it.
Okay, to close this off, I'm gonna try to be as brief as I can. First of all, Eric, I made an error, and this Brian, 55% of white women voted for him.
Yes, yes, I heard that number
55. It went
just
up,
this morning.
Brian.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, white women? And if you didn't vote for him, I ain't talking to you. The rest of y'all, what are y'all doing? You do know, besides him being just so disrespectful to women in general,
Mm-hmm.
um, that this Supreme Court pick, she a woman, but she'll be coming for your rights as a woman. Okay, whatever you believe about abortion, that's your business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my understanding that she don't believe in surrogates. So if you need somebody to carry a child for you, she don't believe in that. She don't believe in in vitro fertilization. That's what the word on the street is. So if you out here struggling to have a baby, don't let that come up the food chain because she'll be one of the people that strike it down. Um, Maternity leave. I think people don't realize how much men didn't want women to be taking maternity leave and getting paid. Let that come up the food chain and see what happened at the Supreme Court level. Um, Affordable care. You do need pap smears and mammograms and all of those good things that if they cut ACA, 20 million some people, half of them we would suspect are going to be women. So 10 million, you won't have access to care. And they trying to get rid of Planned Parenthood, which poor people and poor white people, they go there to get paps, condoms, all kinds of health care. It ain't just about abortion when they go to Planned Parenthood. That's what they lead you to believe. Um, Affirmative action. I know y'all been bamboozled. If you haven't been bamboozled, I ain't talking to you. But when you hear America affirmative action, Brian, what's the first thing you think? What color of people do you think that
Black
help?
people.
Thank you. For That is for minorities and
I was
women.
gonna say minorities, but black people,
Well,
yes.
no, but that's what you think is black people because that's the only group they talk about like it only helps blacks. That is
Right.
for minorities and women. If you look it up, if they cut down affirmative action, good luck.
You
The,
just said the key word. Look, if you look it up, that's the problem.
oh my bad.
None of his
I'm
supporters
I'm
read.
expecting too much.
Yeah, none of his supporters read. They listen and they hear false narratives. And I'm a journalism major. I understand how the news works. I know how it goes. I know what the objective is, and you being fed that false narrative and you believe it. Cause I've literally heard from out of women's mouth of things that straight out of Fox News, straight off the press. I mean, and are straight out of Trump's mouth that comes from Fox News. And they'll just there's no logical explanation for anyone in general, but that's personal choice. But per, definitely, if you're a woman, how could you support him? Because
Civil
he's
rights. What do you think, Brian, when you hear civil rights?
black people.
Okay. Well, guess what? Civil rights guarantees equal opportunity and protection under the law, regardless of your race, religion,
Hmm.
or other characteristics like sex or gender for
Correct.
people that be like, oh, I don't believe in sex. Ha ha ha. Um the but they would lead you to believe it's all about black people. Black people been fighting for it because we ain't getting no equal protections under the law or opportunity. But if they come for civil rights, um, if y'all crying about people telling you they want to wear a mask, they might be like, we don't want you in here because you black, because you white, because you whatever, like you gay, lesbian, trans, whatever.
Hmm.
And they might have a right to do that while y'all playing with this man. But it ain't. It's less about Trump at this point, and it's more about uh the grand old party. Who is the grand old party, Brian? Because some people might not know who the grand old party is.
That would be the Republicans.
And the Republicans, y'all out here playing with Trump with this. Well, you know what? If the votes don't count on those ballots, then all everybody on the same ballot, right? Like you don't
See,
have a separate sheet of paper that say this is just for the
right.
president and the other. Everybody on that. So the Senate seats y'all won and all, and the House seat. Let's just go ahead and take them back too, because if the votes didn't count, they shouldn't count for none of the people that was on the ticket.
The entire reason that there's been a couple sprinkled here and there, but more Republicans have not come out against Trump right now because they know they need his base, and he has a 70 million plus base of people who are feel the way he feels and think the way he thinks.
But at this
And
point, they won, like they got their seats. Like they
well,
ain't gonna go
Georgia,
take
I'm
your.
just saying, we talked about Georgia last week. Georgia, they don't want to lose Georgia,
Well,
and
I get that, but it's two seats. Like I know you need these two seats, but at some point you got to put the safety of the people. Brian, we had 1 million people die in the last week or something. I mean, not die, get this virus in the last week or something,
yeah,
or 2 weeks. It was some really short. I said 1 million, and people are rolling back. People as in governors and states are like, "Hey, we gonna, y'all gonna have sad face if they be like, all right, we gotta shut it down, period." Because one hospital talking about they had one emergency room bed or something. Like these hospitals don't have the capacity for it, and the problem is, and maybe in some other states, the state I'm in, I haven't seen anybody like, hey, we can't get people, we don't have enough room in these hospitals. Like people like, oh, it's okay. There people get sick, they stay home, but everybody doesn't stay home. And while coronavirus is one of the reasons people go to the hospital. People go to the hospital for a variety of reasons, and they don't need beds just slammed up, and doctors can't help them because, oh, I had an asthma attack, and I'm just sitting in there because they dealing with all this. Oh, I broke my finger playing, I fell down the stairs or whatever. Oh, I'm going to the emergency room. Well, oh, I had a heart attack. God forbid, but they ain't go. They may not have no bed or nowhere to put you.
Yeah, I've known my dad, not during the virus time, but I've known my dad to be down there with a kidney stone. They literally had him laid up on a bed outside of all the rooms, just laid out there
See,
in the middle of,
in the
yeah.
hallway.
Uh-huh.
And so this is it. It ain't about people dying. It is about people dying, but there are more people getting sick. And you got a place like Japan, billions of people. They ain't had but 2,000 deaths since this all happened, Brian. Why? Because they said y'all ain't coming in here. You ain't gotta go home, but you ain't coming in here. And they have pretty much locked down the country. And the only people that can move are people that live there. Like, and I don't know if they quarantine you or what, but 2,000 deaths is amazing out of it when they got billions of people. The reason I know this is because the Olympics. They've been talking about 2021 being the Olympics, and there's been questions around, well, how are they gonna stay locked down, or would there be like only the athletes can come in, or what's that's gonna look like in 2021? But people, I made an error, and I wanted to fix it, and it just started me ranting and chanting about 55% of white women, which I I can't. I don't expect much better from white men just because they've been running this country and they trying to hold on to power, but I don't know what y'all white women doing. Also, and I did speak for Florida. I don't really know. I know that I wanna give a shout out to the Puerto Ricans in Florida, because it's my understanding. I think 80 something percent of them came out for Biden, and I did not. I was uninformed about that because I just kind of blanketed them with the Hispanics and Latinas. Um, because some of them did. Some of them, like you said, the Cubans and all that speak Spanish or whatever, just be like, "No, I'm voting." They think they're white, but they had some good numbers for Hispanics turnout. Want to give a shout out to the Natives Americans in some of these places like Arizona and over there. They came out and did what they needed to do to get by in some victories in them some states. Good job. Keep the good work up. Latinos, I need y'all to, and Hispanics, I need y'all to keep coming out because they had a 63% increase. Like apparently
Wow.
they haven't been voting. I don't know what y'all been doing. And y'all been acting like nothing helped, don't nothing affect y'all, or nobody told you to get registered to vote. I don't know. But I need y'all to keep this up. Don't just go hiding again. Because 63% increase is a whole lot.
Well, they saw their family members being separated and put in cages, and
I,
I'm just putting words in their mouth at this point, but I know that would make me feel some type of way.
oh, speaking of which, more people that's immigrants, quote unquote.
Hmm.
I don't think that people know this, and I've only heard whispers of it because people trying to be keep it on the hush. They won't you know how you come over here and you have a baby and it's a citizen?
Right.
It's people in the Republic and the GOP them, they want to challenge that.
Yeah.
If
And
your
if they,
parents and all them weren't born here, they want to be like, nope, you're not coming over here and having a baby and becoming a citizen. So they got the court 6-3. In any state that want to start challenging this stuff, if it make it to the Supreme Court, which is likely could with all these federal and appellate court just seats that they just throwing people in. Um, okay, I'm finished ranting and chanting, but I just needed to correct that and show some love to
and
my Hispanic brothers and sisters that's out here doing the right thing.
going back to the Trump supporter deal, if any of you out there sending money to this man for his defense fund on this his claims of voter fraud and all
He
that.
is putting
This
that
and
money
the
in his
other.
pocket.
Read the fine print. 60% is going into his campaign debt, and you are paying for it. He does
And
not
you have to
care.
meet a level, Brian. It's like over this much
Right.
before a percentage go to that the lawsuit stuff. But he know
This
half of them
man is
ain't gonna read it.
literally is taking your money, paying for his things because he knows at the end of the day, whenever his time is done, there's a good chance he's going to jail.
I know he owes somebody $400-something million, and
There
they
are
gonna want their money, and they ain't
there
gonna
are
want
a
to.
lot of people waiting.
They ain't gonna be like, I get paid. Wait till I get my refund.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be like, wait till I get my refund check. No, wait till I get my stimulus check. No, they probably ain't gonna do another one of them the way they going. So no, I need my money now.
I'm glad that we did the corrections there because I also have a correction to make.
What
And
correction you got?
well, I got my Tar Heel fan card taken from me, rightfully so.
What happened?
Rightfully so. I sit there and I call myself. Stupidly proclaimed that your cousin Hubert Davis was on Coach K's staff, and why I said that I have no idea. I don't even know who I was thinking of because Hubert Davis is a Tar Heel, always gonna be a Tar Heel, and he is on North Carolina's staff.
That's what I was about to say. You know what? I think in my spirit, I knew what you was talking about. I knew he was
Yes,
on North Carolina's bench. So I didn't even think to say anything. But yeah, I knew that. When you said he was on
so
the bench, I remember him playing the other blue. I mean, being on
so
the
yeah,
other blue side.
so yeah, I had my Tar Heel fandom taken
Well,
from
why
me.
he
Oh,
is a Dookie? Didn't
no,
he
no,
play for them?
no, he did
He
not.
didn't
He
play for them.
played for Carolina.
Why did I think he played for them?
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, good thing I ain't no Tar Heel fan. They've been coming for my cards.
Boy, they came for me, and yes, it's all well and good.
Them blue
Mistakes can
all
be
get
made.
blurred together. Shoot.
Yeah, it. Wow, and I knew it as soon as I stopped recording last Monday. I said I screwed that up bad, and they came, and it's fine. I'm gonna win it back. It's okay.
Do
Because
you want it back is the question.
Tyler Hansbrough is still never will be the best Tar Heel ever. Shout out Larry and
Yeah,
way back
he
and
he
way
might
back
have
in
the
the way back
best
machine.
stat line, but God, he
And
got a
yeah.
long line to get in before people even remember his name. You talking about Michael and James Worthy and Vince Carter and all them, and you gonna before you even be like, oh yeah, that dude did play for them, didn't he? That's how that's gonna kind of go.
Hmm. Well, that's all
But
I
what
had. You
Dookie
got
were we
anything else?
thinking of?
I
What's
want to
the Duke
say.
guard? It's a coach. It's a Duke coach. Hold on. I
I
don't
know.
even know if
I'm gonna
he's
tell you.
still the
I'm gonna tell you
coach.
who it is. He's
A little
not with
light
Duke
skinned
anymore,
dude.
but he's Jeff Capel.
I think he left handed.
Jeff, you talking about Jeff Capel?
No, no, I ain't talking about Cable. What Duke coaching assistant coaches? Lord, let me stop before he didn't even coach him. Johnny Dawkins. That's who I was talking about.
Johnny Dawkins. Yeah, he is. Is he still? I want to
He
say he
ain't on their
came.
staff no more.
No. He coached. He was the head coach at Stanford, and I hope I don't got this backwards, but I think he went from Stanford to he went from Stanford to UCF.
Okay, but I was thinking of him when we was talking about it for some reason. That's who I was thinking of. But I did know that the other guys was North Carolina.
Yes, he is currently the head coach at UCF. I remember his son played for him with that big boy that plays for the Celtics now. Remember in a tournament a couple years ago, they made a little run. Oh gosh, what's that big old boy that plays for Celtics? He don't play. He don't play, but he's on the
He's
Celtics
sitting on the
roster.
bench.
Yeah,
Lord,
Taco Fall, the Senegal
Lord Taco.
kid.
Yes,
Yeah,
good old Taco.
yeah. Him and Johnny Dawkins, the third or second or whatever it was the guard on that team. when they made a little run in the tournament. Yes, indeed, Johnny Dawkins. Well, good. I'm
Who is
glad
the
we
most
cleared all
hated
that up.
Dookie?
The most hated, Christian Laettner.
Everybody know.
And honestly, right after, and maybe 1A would be Jay Williams, only because he was just so good. I mean, he literally willed them to games.
I don't know if people hated him like that, Christian Laettner.
Oh, they no, indeed. I'm sorry, and I shouldn't say 1A.
You shouldn't get him a 1A. Yeah, he might just be a 2.
Christian Laettner was definitely more hated, and he relished it. He did. He wanted the hate. He was hated by his teammates. Bobby Hurley, they got stories about Bobby Hurley just ready to whip him in practice because the way Christian would talk to him.
I wish you would be talking crazy in practice. Well, yeah. Well, we corrected that. People, forgive Brian. Let him back on the team. Y'all don't act like y'all ain't never made no mistakes about these teams. Shoot, these players, we don't see so many players. Sometimes you just get them mixed up in your brain. Because I did know that man was in North Carolina on the bench.
What time is it?
Well,
at least he was in the right state, in the right color.
On the right road. On the right road. He was
right. All of that. So I'm giving you your car back. Forget them, Brian. You got it.
I wouldn't worry about it in the slightest.
Don't worry about the haters. You got your car back.
So, as always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian Mackay, and I am with
T. I hope to see you, but if I don't, have a happy Thanksgiving, Davis.
Hey, this has been the Mackay T Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
We don't use green screen.
This is the Mackay T Show. This is the Mackay T Show. We talk movies and TV shows, sports and world news, coasting like on a world cruise. Hosted by Brian Mackay and T Davis. Yeah. You can't tame us. We're going to the top, we're becoming famous.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.